Hey Derica, welcome to Launch Webinars. This video is going to be a quick breakdown of Derica's experience so far. She's one of the top five, is it top 5% agents in Michigan? Is that the title you
Yes.
go under?
Yeah.
She's got a crown on a crown on her head, which is awesome. But yeah, we've recently partnered together after she had some great success using our webinar system, and she just wanted to jump on today and share some information with the rest of you. So welcome, Derica. How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm doing great. Yes.
Amen,
Yes.
amen.
I'm
That's
ready for
great to
some
hear.
spring and summer weather, but I'm doing great.
So am I. So am I. It's very cold in the UK right now. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. Awesome. Well, you've run how many webinars now? So
We did the first
you've
one
done one, and we've got one coming up
this week.
in 2 days this week, and we already have like I think like what 80 people signed up. Cost per lead of like $5, which is pretty insane. So something around there.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
great.
it's going to be very exciting. But for your first one, can you run me through like the numbers? Obviously, this is your first time, seeing our webinar system and running it. Can you run us through like the numbers of people you had opted in, the attendance, and then, the appointments you had and where they've gone so far? Obviously, it's still fresh. So
Yes, still very fresh.
yeah,
So we had 115 people register, which was amazing.
awesome.
And then I think we had like 40 show up, and I had six appointments booked from there. And we
Yeah.
have two people that are in a pre-approval process.
Okay.
And some other people that we're helping to get their credit worked out. And then there'll be maybe like fall. So maybe not right now, but
Right.
so you have like your within 90 days, and then you have like your 3 to 6 months, and then your 6 to 12. So
Right.
we have two in the now, and then we have two that are in the 3 to 6, and then the other two are going to need some more credit repairs, so maybe the 6 to 12. But I think that's amazing.
Is that what you like expected from when you first like were going to jump in and do webinars, or what did you think was
Honestly,
going to go down?
the bar was kind of low just because, I've not had the best lead generation thing, but I just kind of thought the webinar was different. It's unique. It's like you're in a stadium and you have this audience. So
Yeah.
that's how I kind of like have it in my head. Normally you have a one-on-one. So now I have one on whatever, 50, 60, 70 people.
Right.
So, and I understand conversion and I understand building your pipeline, and it's all so far like very impressive, smooth sailing. I do have to say that I love that you even had one of your people on our call that was there for any technical difficulties, because I'm not super techie. So that was very, very helpful, because, I got like, oh my God, I can't see this. I can't see this. She's like, it's okay. You got this. She called me if I needed. It was just really, really, really good. Really good. Very helpful. Very
I'm
supportive.
happy to hear that. So did you do webinars before, or was this like the first time that you tried?
Well, I was with a different company
Okay.
that I paid money to,
Okay.
and nothing worked right.
Okay.
And then they just left me out there to
They left you
fix it.
high and dry.
And that's, yeah. And that was 3 months ago.
Okay.
Still high and dry.
And
So
did for like one of the webinars you ran with them, how many like registrants did you get for that one? Do you remember or not?
didn't even make it there.
Oh, you didn't make it there. You were in
Did
the
not
oh
even
this
make it there.
you were in the A to P process, but the service delivery, the management wasn't like supporting you and that kind of thing. Yeah.
No, I mean, your support is way different. I mean, from you to Jonas to Lewis, like everybody's been like boom, boom, boom. Where there, I'm like, can't even talk to anybody. I
Right.
can't get a hold of somebody. And I just keep paying fee after fee after fee, because every time you resubmit the A2P, you're paying another fee. So
Right.
it's just, I got real turned off to that other company. So then when I found you guys, I was like, yeah, it's probably too good to be true, but you guys
Finally.
have lived up to everything you've said.
No, I'm so happy to hear that. And we've got so much more in store. This is just like the starting point, which makes me happy, because as you've just done right now, obviously you did your first webinar, we got one in 2 days. As they keep stacking up, the people who are 3 months out, 6 months out, 9 months out, they're going to start to convert over like a long enough time frame. And that's when you're going to hit these months where you're going to do like 30, 40, 50, 60K in GCI, because it's just going to keep adding up and stacking. And that's what we see like over a long period of time. That's when it gets like exciting, I know this feels like exciting now, but wait till we get there.
It does.
Then me and you are gonna have to go out, pop some bottles. We'll see what happens. No, I'm joking. We've got to behave, but yeah, it's gonna be
I'm
fun.
good with that.
So
I'd love to come to UK.
who knows? Who knows? We have to do a Miami trip.
There you go.
But yeah, no, that's good to hear. And like for like obviously, webinars are something that's new to not to you, but to a lot of people, how was it like very nerve-wracking? Because you tried to do webinars before, but you didn't actually get on and do the webinar itself because you had some technical issues. Obviously, I like to just make sure you're the real estate agent, I'm the marketer. Let me do my job, you do your job. I'm not going to come in and do marketing and do real estate for you. So in terms of like actually doing the webinar itself, was it like hard? Was it easy? Did it feel like you were on a one-on-one? How did that like process feel when you were live and you were doing it?
I was definitely nervous just because that's my personality anyway. I don't like speaking in front of people, but I do it. So, but it went really well. And I think the more I was on there, the more comfortable that I started to become.
Yeah.
And then pairing up with a lender, I think was really like, I love my lender. So we have a great relationship together. So even like pairing with them helped to take off. Like I didn't have to, but you guys do the slides. Like I just had to adjust the slides and make the slides my own.
Right.
So you guys made everything like plug and play and super easy. So that helped a lot.
100%. And did you co-sponsor with your lenders? That's something you're going to do moving forward and leverage them? Because I think that's a trick that a lot of agents don't even think about. They think, this is my investment on my own. But the cool thing about this is you guys can partner. So that's something you leverage, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because I mean, they're going to reap the benefits too. So let's make the investment together and knock it out. And 100%. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's it. And then you're quite big on social media. Obviously, you don't have like 100,000 followers, but you're very active on social media and you're quite well known in your community. Have you started leveraging or like utilizing the webinar itself, like you being the authority in your market onto your social media yet? Or are you still...
Not yet. I just said the other day I want to get one more underneath my belt. So in 2 days, and then I'm going to start posting it and going into like my sphere and then the community and stuff. I just want to get one more underneath my belt.
100%. Yeah, we can use those inbound leads and then we can then funnel them as well, the warm traffic with the cold traffic into your webinar. I think that's going to be really special as well. And I noticed from my other clients, for example, Ephraim and Craig, they're posting like their clips on social media and people are reaching out to them who've never been on their webinar. They haven't reached out to them before, but they are actually a potential buyer who have just been following them. And then they've just connected and be like, hey, I saw you were doing these smart buyers masterclasses. Hey, I was actually thinking about buying an XYZ area. Like I was thinking you could just help out. Like even just the name that you're doing it brings enough pull for you to just get leads who never really would have converted from you doing like a social media post, for example, which I think is pretty awesome. So yeah,
that's great.
We're going to leverage that for you moving forward. So that's going to be great. And then, obviously, you had to put like the $500 down. That was how much you did for your first webinar. Was that like, in terms of obviously what you've put in so far, the return on investment from that, do you feel like the ad spend's like a good amount? Do you feel like it's got a good return? Because some people, they feel quite nervous, like putting 500 just to test something new. Obviously, you're quite there to give something fresh a try and innovate, and I think that's really important.
It is definitely very important because I know webinars are going to get more and more, on the scene. Yeah. So trying to get in on the earlier stages of it. I already have a lender reach out to me from another webinar. So he obviously saw that I'm doing them and was like, so, I mean, the possibilities of other agents tapping into that lender, like you said, and collaborating. But yeah, like I'm super excited. I want to use it for my social media. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. Yeah,
100%. And we can even use it for like, do you do YouTube or not quite yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do. Okay, cool. We'll have to connect on YouTube. But yeah, we'll use that in the YouTube as well. And we can like implement that. And you can take parts of your slides and do mini videos on it and breakout sessions and that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll rendezvous on that because the organic content on YouTube, that's stuff that converts forever. A webinar is one time, but the YouTube, if you can take, bits of the webinar and put it on YouTube, it's going to convert forever. And, for example, Ephraim, he's been on YouTube for like 2 years and he gets people from his first ever video literally converting like today. It's crazy. So people, when they search their area, so we can do that as well.
Please, could I actually have a marketing team for YouTube? I just started with them.
Okay, awesome.
I do want to say too that I've gotten appointments even for the trial webinar. Yeah. I had an appointment that was even before the webinar, and even this one I had an appointment yesterday before this webinar, and people are starting to follow me on social media, and it says this follower came through your ad.
Okay.
So even last night I got 3, just last night.
There you go. So
I
it's
mean,
two birds, one
it's a
stone.
win-win no matter what, right?
Yeah, 100%. So that means, just in case anyone's not following, so when we have the webinar assigned, if people are qualified or they feel like they really need, a one-on-one, they want a one-on-one tailored program, they can then go ahead and book in with you early prior to the webinar, which shows quite a high level of intent. So we'll see. Do you know how did you have that appointment already, or are we going to have it coming up?
Well, the one yesterday, she was at work, so she said she was going to give me a call back. So I'm going to follow up with her today.
Cool. So we'll see how those quality are, but that's great to hear. And then you even mentioned to me that you've recently then grabbed a VA to help you kind of call through your leads. How's your pipeline been? Obviously, you've gone from, I'm pretty sure you had mainly like referrals and social media type of leads, correct me if I'm wrong. So that's more like less leads, but they're higher quality. So now obviously the webinar, had 110 people, whatever it was, in the first webinar alone. And now we're going to have that again. So that's 200 people into your webinar. So how's the pipeline been, seeing everything? And obviously, why did you decide to like get a VA in to then call through the leads and that kind of thing?
I feel that if you're going to make this kind of investment, you got to be all in.
Yeah.
Ad spend, VA, if you're not able to call, I'm not able to call.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to make sure that you're 100% in if you're going to do this, like your follow-up. And I know that this is probably cliche, but we hear this all the time as real estate agents. Your gold mine is in your follow-up. So if you're not following up, then why did you do this? I'm not looking to be a webinar famous person. Like I want to help people. So you have to make sure you have the systems in place. And so the VA, she just started and people are answering. She set up an appointment. She actually set a one-on-one in-person appointment already. So we're off to a great start. I know this is like crazy because we're like all so excited about it, but we are off to an amazing start.
Sensational. Yeah, I can't wait till you're too busy and you're calling me like, Fred, switch it off. I'm done. I need to have some time for myself. That's what I can't wait for. But no, that's all good. And then, so yeah, she's going to be obviously working through those leads. And then do you have any like tips and tricks? You're obviously a really good agent. You're very personable. You're great for webinars and you're very... people I think people agree, it's like it's easy to connect with you. You're very down to earth. Do you have any like tips and tricks for even on the real estate side or on like the webinar side? Because you did your first webinar and we went through it together and it looked like you've hosted 10 already before. So do you have any like tips or tricks for maybe other agents that even it could be on the webinar or it could just be real estate wise or follow up? Like, do you have any key gold mines that you want to just, help some people out in the community? Do you have any bits and bobs you want to share, or are you going to keep it all tight to your chest?
Oh yeah, no. I love to help build agents. That's why I'm a team lead. Like I love to be able to train and help people out. But just do it. Don't be afraid. Because I know that would hold me back because I don't like to do public speaking.
Right.
And a lot of agents are like, oh, they don't want to do video, but times are changing, and you either what I say pivot, or you're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do it, put your systems in place, get everything lined up and do it. Just don't be afraid or you're going to get left behind. So just do it.
So just take the action, take the step, and then just fail forward. I think that's really important. I think what I've seen from working with real estate agents for like the last 2-3 years is a lot of agents, they'll like, for example, like this is why in my eyes, you've been successful with this so far, especially is like a lot of agents would have, for example, invested a company like the one you did before, like our competitor, and then would have got burnt, been like, failed at A to P and then being like, oh, this doesn't work. I'm giving up, right? And then they'll just take it as, okay, it is what it is. But you just don't take no for an answer. And I think in entrepreneurship, in this game, you just have to take multiple failures and accept that there is a way forward. Just because you failed here, you're just one step closer to actually the end goal, rather than being like, oh, I failed, it doesn't work. A lot of agents, they have that mindset where it's like, as soon as it doesn't work, no, Facebook ads doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's like maybe just how you've done it doesn't work. So I think that's a really cool point. So I'm with you on that one. Yeah, makes perfect sense. So my final question for you is, there's lots of agents, who have maybe been in Rico, or they've thought about webinars, or they maybe just never tried it and this is the first time hearing about it. Do you have any like things you would say to them specifically, any message to talk about potentially, either partnering with us or something like that in terms of doing webinars?
Well, I think besides being afraid to do it and then like the tech side, but you guys just made everything plug and play, and being able to do that really helped out a lot because I'm not very techy. Yeah. So I think those two things, being afraid to be on camera and then the technical side, because even the other company there was a lot of technical stuff and it was just like, oh, but your plug and play is a saving grace.
Yeah.
You're like, just show up. And so that's what I did. I showed up for the webinar, obviously adjusted my slides, but I made them my own. Just do it. You know what I mean? Because
100%.
you made it so simple. Like, it's an investment. I have tried everything.
Yeah.
I've tried
What have you
all
tried?
kinds of lead generation. Like, I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on lead generation in my career of real estate. So I get there's hesitation from agents because I know that I was like, this is a lot of money to spend for this. But then when you start thinking about it, you're going to get 100 leads per webinar. You're going to get, it's plug and play. And I'm just saying, you might get 200, you might get 50.
Yeah.
It's the follow-up. So, I mean, there's just a lot of different moving parts, but
of course.
I don't know. Like, I think they should just do it.
100%.
Not
I appreciate it. Kind words. Well, you heard her here first, but yeah, it's like you building out a real estate course about how to be as good as Derica in real estate, and then giving it to me, and then being like, yeah, Fred, you go and do it now and be a good real estate. And you have like, how many years experience do you have? 7, exactly. And it's like me in like, a month trying to become as good as you. And, unfortunately with this face, that's going to be difficult, but I'll try my best. No, I'm joking. But yeah, it's like, that's the principle. So when I saw that, I said, look, let me just do my job. You do your job. It's almost, would you say it's similar to having a one-on-one buyer's presentation, almost like in a way, once you get into the slides? So it's not too dissimilar from like what you do on a one-to-one session anyway.
No, not at all. And I think that's part of what made me feel more comfortable too. I'm talking about what I know.
Right.
And then the lending part, which was good to have the lender chime in.
Yeah.
Then the lender talks about the lending part. And so it flows really well. And it is just a buyer's consultation, just on a webinar form. Right. So if you can just get past that and make sure your systems are in place and your follow-up, you got it.
100%.
You will be successful.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it is a simple concept when you think about like just turning up, doing the buyer's presentation. The trick is with obviously the buyer's masterclasses is what goes on the back end, like getting the people there, making sure they show up, making sure they get the right messaging, not speaking to bottom feeders, because I think that's a lot what other companies do, not to say that, but they try and like target lower leads because they're easy to get, right? Because everyone wants to own a home, but some people are delusional and some people actually can own. So we try and get the people that actually can do something, because at the end of the day, the only thing I care about is putting money back in your pocket and like getting you a good return on your investment. And then that's what makes good partnerships. So that's what I'm looking forward to do with you, Derica, and obviously all the agents here at Launch Webinars. If you are interested, you're watching this, if you're interested in doing a webinar with us, we are offering for a limited amount of time a trial where you can test it out and see how well it works in your local market. So we're happy to rendezvous. Just click the link in the description below and we can talk there. But Derica, I appreciate you. I'm so excited to have you just busier than you ever been before. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, I will speak to you very soon. But yeah, everyone, thanks for listening and have a good one. Ciao.
Thanks, Ciao.